Hey neighbors, said it was a good day, got me out for a bicycle ride. So this is Gateway Green Bicycle Park, and I think they're calling it Phase 2. And basically it's a hard to get to area. You can only get to it by bike trails and heavy equipment. But there was originally bike trails all through here, really good for beginners to experts. All dirt though, this isn't street stuff. So now this is like I said, the Phase 2 or Phase 3, where they're just making it into nice park space. Someplace you want to go. They're smoothing some of the trails, making others a little bit harder. The rocks weren't there, those were imported from somewhere. There's an earth compactor making sure the earth's compacted. Hope you can see. This is in my terrible video program. Little digger dirt down there, man. When I was a kid, I would sit and have lunch by these things. Just watch them work, make them nervous. As I still do. But where that little tractor is, you can see some boards. There's a trail that'll be rebuilt there for mid to expert BMX kind of folks. Another part of this, down towards, this would be north the way I'm pointing, there might be a windmill put up. Kind of a showpiece, will be real and used, but it's kind of good land for it. Now with this park, they're also putting facilities down here, so it's going to have water and restrooms, and it is going to be a flat challenge because this is just, it is one of the homeless routes, and it's going to be tempting. And I don't even like saying that because it tells people it's not a worry, it's just what it is. So it looks pretty nice to me. Can't wait to get a bicycle on it. Don't see a lot of people around. This is about the average number of diggers that are running. Gives you an idea of the equipment it takes to build a park. Now mind you, they've been at this for a long time, this Phase 2. And I don't know, I suppose this is critical infrastructure. I know they're getting paid. I've seen them wearing masks. I'm not the one to bug them about it. So yeah, it's going to be a nice place. Good place to ride. Now, I want to say on the weekends especially, but even on weekdays, summer days, this place draws hundreds, mostly kids. Old farts like me riding around in the woods on the trails. It is in a nice location, but you have to bicycle to it. So Gateway Green, you can Google it, see what it used to look like. I bet it hasn't been updated in a bit. And somewhere out there, there's an association that is managing this that I know about. And they're good people. So yeah, this is going to be a nice adventure. This is all our tax dollars at work. And I'd say a generation or 5 ought to get some use out of this. I would certainly hope. Next to us is the light rail. This line heads out to the airport. Towards the Columbia River, north. So I can feel the shaker. That compactor right there has a vibrator inside the drum as well. And I can just feel it barely, subtly shaking the ground here. You'll also be happy to know I've surveyed this well. I baselined the heck out of it. So at the end of this construction project, You can see that on the SafeCast map. I'll go back over this area because soil was imported, exported, and moved, and I'll put money I won't find a thing. It's not the plan. This is baseline data. Remember, preparing, being ready for the next time, even knowing the next time is here. Because shit happens, eh? So while we're watching the tractors, they do a lot of surveying, a lot of point surveying. They've got some of the equipment with GPS and laser guidance so that they get all the levels and the angles of the dangles correctly. Rather nice setup, figuring the water runoffs, which way it's going to go so it won't wash out the trails. Pretty sure they got it right. For any construction fans out there, you see a lot less people hanging around helping out, don't you? Notice that subtle difference? Equipment might be newer, more covers and guards. Operators usually have air conditioning, climate control these days. But that's at a cost. And if you don't maintain it, something stupid can take the whole machine out of service for you. So, who's right? So I think they're planning on even having a shower here. There is some tie to helping the homeless community. Some goals within this park's group. How effective it's going to be. It was about unusable landscape. On the other side of this, you can see a highway that would be taking you which way? Out towards east, along the Columbia Gorge and up into the mountains. So that's a beautiful ride to take. There's some nice train rides you can take between the cities and see some of this countryside. But this is also Portland pedaling on a bicycle. If you don't think it's uphill, you just haven't gone far enough. So this is how you build a park in America. Now, if this was WPA times, this would have been, remember those, that's, you can Google. This would have been people. This would have been people happy to work and move these big rocks around with wheelbarrows and pickaxes. So time changed. It got easier and fewer people. I don't know if this is a cautionary tale because the work looks nice. So while you're watching the landscape and the airport rail go by, you can get your bikes on those too if you like to bicycle around. So it seems the Trump administration has decided that the CDC shouldn't get direct data feeds from the states anymore. If anyone's want to take a poke at that one, I think it's a federal crime myself. That's HIPAA data, and it's required. I had to sign a federal agreement in order for the state of Oregon to get and pass data that we needed. Relational data, it's called. Massive, big data. Big data. While the diggers dig. So I watch these guys, and I watch how much they've got to do that's individualistic, that's unique to the operator, because that's just how these jobs are. And why you don't see artificial intelligence driving anything here but in the simplest mode. You wouldn't try to get an intelligent dump truck here to save one man. We're not there yet. But to save one driver, do you get a smart dump truck? You just push a button and the dump truck comes and does the dump trucks. Where are we going? Where are we going? But all I can see is kids playing in the park. I think that's the best way to look at it. And this is a part of my procrastination series. I should be doing some pressure washing about this time of day. So, bit of what people do. I had to turn my display intensity down so I don't kill the battery, because I'm going to. There he goes, rolling off into the distance. The life of a roller expert, a soil compaction professional, and his tools. And hoping you can hear any of this. So pieces out. I think there's a class action lawsuit or something inside of what they're trying to do to CDC data. There's so much more to that. So much more. All right, pieces out.